Good morning, and we are starting this again because I messed something up in the first one. So, let me see here. I'm gonna get my YouTube account going here. Get the live stream going. I'm finally kind of getting used to this where, excuse me, I'm actually like feeling comfortable talking to a microphone and with nobody here, so it's different. It gives me a new appreciation for YouTubers who just, I mean, of course you have a chat that oftentimes they'll be able to talk to and that sort of thing, but to talk for a whole hour, man, that's rough. That's tough. And I suppose I should link up with Discord here. I need to figure out a way to get sound from Discord on here. I wonder if I could do like a media source. Would that work? Create new media source. Local file. No. Network. Media source. Input. Oh. No. Is it? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Media source. No, we'll take that away. Yeah, we want to remove that. And let's try this again. Audio output capture. Let's try that. Okay. Device. No, that's not what I want. Okay, we'll just remove that. Let's try this again. Image, display, capture, scene, siphon, client, text. Pardon me. Boy, I'll have to mess around with this a little bit because it'd be nice if we had the conversation from Discord on here because all you can hear is me right now. So, okay. Anyway, we're here to talk stonks. So let's talk about some stonks here. This morning we talked about the OODA loop. If you didn't watch that, then go ahead and hop back onto the channel and take a look at the Morning Bits playlist, and you can see the little 10-minute clip about talking about the OODA loop. But let's go through our morning process. So we're gonna let's do our morning scan. The cold air. Morning scan. Okay, so we're looking at top gaining stocks here. We're not looking at penny stocks for the penny stockers. Sorry. IMMX is a little bit lower priced. I don't really see anything that would have options because, of course, I'm trading options. Let's see here. All right, let's actually go. Oh, SE. Let's check that out. See what that's doing. $205. Okay, so this is a good candidate, I think. What are the options looking like? Ooh, Those are expensive. What happened? Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. So yeah, those are normally priced for about $500-$600 for in the money calls and puts. That makes sense. But let's take a look at here on the longer time frame. It has a lot of support at the 200 level, which makes sense. So let's look at our monthly chart. Do some charting here. Obviously, we have support at 200-ish. Yeah, somewhere around 200. Oops. Market blue for that. We have this. Got a nice level here at 280-ish, 275. Yeah, whole number, half number, quarter numbers, you know. And we've got a nice top here. $345-ish. When I'm charting, I mean, it's nice to be exact in a sense, but a stock can violate its support and resistance levels by a few dollars, especially on these large caps. Especially on these large caps because, like for example, you have 200. It's a whole number, solid whole number. It dipped below it here. It was above it here by a little bit. Same with here, but your support and resistance lines, your charting lines, those are going to be just an indicator. It's another indicator that helps you find guidance in making your plan. So, we're going to, I'm also seeing closing price here. Oops. What is this? Low, no, the opening price 222.97, so 23. Closing price 23. This is closing price 23, 23-ish. So yeah, we're gonna go 22.50 on this one. Okay, this has had a really good run. I mean, what is even this company? C Limited. What did they do? Sea whale trains. I need to look this up. What is this exactly? What's it called again? C Limited? Internet company founded in Singapore. Ooh, pretty. Okay. Online games development and publishing shop. So it's a gaming thing. So this would be like a stay-at-home sort of play, I guess. Which makes sense because they. Yep. Okay, so pandemic 2020 right here, February, March, dipped along with the rest of the market, but really didn't crash, and then just went berserk. So yeah, definitely a stay-at-home play. And one of the reasons why it's failing is because all the mass vaccinations, and especially now they're talking about the pandemic is essentially winding down, or they're getting used to it, or they're saying that, we're not going to be able to eradicate it, which anybody with half a brain knew that it being a coronavirus, just like the common cold, it's going to have mutations. It's going to become seasonal, just like the common cold. So yeah, stay-at-home plays are beginning to fade. They had some rocky starts here, but then when, say, Delta or Omicron variants started coming out again, well, then they got a boost. So, but let's keep charting this here. I don't know if we're actually going to do a play on this. Excuse me, but because it's expensive, but if we can maybe catch a bounce on 200, that'd be okay, Don't know that I would play it. It's going to open at 207-ish. That's we could make some decent money. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what it opens up at. So we're on the weekly chart now. Let's take a look. See. No surprise that the weekly chart corresponds with the monthly. And again, when we're charting here, the purpose of finding the highs and the lows, we're trying to find the places where the most candlesticks points, whether it be an opening, a close, a high, or a low. We're trying to find the places in the price action which repeatedly see either bounces off of bounces back up or bounces back down. Because when you see a reversal, a pivot point at a certain price point, especially on these larger charts, larger time frame charts, it means that there are buyers there or sellers there. So we know that we have a whole bunch of sellers at the 200 mark because as it was coming up, people went in, they took profits at $200. It had broken out above there, but it snapped back down. So you have a lot of selling pressure that's keeping the stock from breaking out above 200. But then you have, eventually, you run out of sellers. And then the buyers take control, and then it has a breakout. And now you don't have enough people selling, left over selling, to keep it below $200. So then it breaks out. You have more sellers here at 240. Wham, comes back down. But then now that you have previous resistance here at 200, it becomes support because now you have people near 200, not exactly right at, but you have enough people at 200 sitting there with buy orders saying, yeah, we're willing to buy if it comes down to this level. All those get snapped back up, and then what do you have? Boom. Goes up again. Ricochet is off of 275-ish. It's a good, quarter number, basically. Quarter level. And you have sellers here. So what does that tell us for later on in the chart? More recent days here. So we know that there's sellers, again, confirmed on these 2 weeks. Buyers, I should say, at $200. Bounced off of there, started off here. But we also know that there's sellers at around 230. Yeah, around 230. So we have to be careful. If this thing goes up, we want to be careful that we don't buy right at that level when everybody else is selling. The safest bet would be to wait until it gets near 200 and then buy at 200. So we have 200 would be our entry, and then let's say it bounces back up to 210. Well, that'd be a pretty good profit, especially if the delta on the options is 50 or 40 or so. That'd be a really good profit. And then your stop is just going to be below 200, somewhere below 200. And then you just take profits when it comes back in here. If we were to buy in the middle of this channel here, we have no idea which direction it's going to go. There's no solid area for the buyers or the sellers to rest at. So again, we want to be buying when everybody is buying and selling when everybody else is selling. That's kind of the gist of it. And that's why we find these areas of support and resistance, because it tells us there are buyers here, there are sellers here. And whatever they're doing, that's what we want to be doing. Oh boy. Let's see. Go to our daily here. The further back you can go to support your charting, the better. Oh no, it's not letting me click. Oh. There we go. Whatever. Oops. Do 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 do. So let's see here. I really enjoy charting on the larger time frames and then zooming into the intraday levels, and just to see how those price points, those levels, relate to the pre-market action on the intraday chart. Let's dip into the intraday here and see. Oh yeah. Right on, right on, right on. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up something here. Where's my Evernote? Where'd you go? There it is. Thank you. Evernote has been very buggy. They updated it a few months ago or something like that, and it's been very, very buggy since then. And slow, like very slow. Like everything else on this computer absolutely screams. It's fast. There's just no question in my mind about like what this computer can handle. But when it comes to Evernote, it's just bad programming, I guess. Okay, this is what I wanted. Candlestick patterns, yeah. Okay, so on the daily chart, I don't really like, and maybe this is wrong of me, but I don't really like using candlestick patterns on an intraday chart, just because you have so many fluctuations. It's choppy. You know, you can have one that looks like, oh, it's 3 white soldiers, or ooh, there's a bullish spinning top, and how about a, you know, an abandoned baby or something like that. But it can reverse, and you have these little mini pivot points, and it can just be overwhelming and confusing. So I like to use candlestick patterns on the daily chart. So that would be this over here on this side. And I would say, whoopsie, is this going to make it bigger for me? No, not. Oh, there we go. Yeah. How big can we make this baby? Give me more. There we go. I'll just do the main here. There. Okay. So, last few days, let's take a look at some of these. So we have this would be considered a bullish spinning top, and we can see that it actually did go up after that. But then the next day we have, let's see, this would be considered I guess it would be a spinning top. And again, I'm still learning this, so, you know, it's kind of questionable. So the yeah, so I guess you could say that this would be a spinning top. It did gap up the next day, but then it went all the way back down, and you have a let's see if we can figure out what this would be. So this would be a bearish engulfing bar right here. You have the spinning top to the left, and then you have the bearish engulfing bar that just basically soaks up the entire range of the previous bar. So then we know price is probably going to go back down. And it did. It gapped down at 206. And then we have this nice looking oh, what would you call this? Let's see here. Maybe there's not a name for it. Maybe it's something new. So I would say this is, I don't know. I'm not sure what this would be. Maybe an abandoned baby kind of a thing? Right here? Not really. Not a morning star. I don't know. I don't know. But it gapped up a lot after that. So, anyway, so much for candlestick patterns. It's questionable whether they actually work. I mean, I understand that the idea behind candlestick patterns is that they represent the emotion of the traders on that day or during that time frame, and that makes sense. You know, if you have a bullish engulfing bar on a daily chart, so the previous day it went down, gaps down just a little bit the next day, and then goes back up, that means that you have lots of confidence. You have a lot of sellers at the bottom there, and so it's probably going to be bullish going on beyond that time. But again, yeah, you just have to take everything with a grain of salt. But this is fading nicely. I kind of like this. I think this is going to go on one of my side monitors here as a good one. So I'm going to say that if we 205, our next support that we could find potentially is going to be maybe around, that's the opening. I'm going to say that a safe profit place would be around 202, maybe 202.75. Hey, let me grab this. Let me move it. Thank you. And so we would be using the gap strategy here, using the 2-minute chart. So we're going to wait 2 minutes into the open, and I need to switch these to a 2-minute chart. There we go. So we're going to look at the high and low of the first 2-minute candle. The initial stop is going to be it would be the high of that candle. Our entry is going to be below that first candle, and then our target's going to be prior price action, support and resistance. So, and this looks like it's pretty much the spread is a little bit more than what I would like it to be, but you know, we can maybe work with that. We'll see. Let's see what the options do at the open, because since it gapped down so much, it's going to be crazy for the first few minutes. So we'll give it plenty of time to figure out what kind of prices it wants to price in. I'm going to send over the puts here and the calls here. I would really like to see it stay below 210. I mean, ideally it would be nice if it could stay below this level here. And there's the bell. Woohoo. Well, let's see what happens. Don't tell me this is one of those that the options don't open until like 5 minutes after the market opens. That'd be sucky. See? Yeah, when the options actually open up, this is going to go insane. Like, the price is going to go crazy. This is on the New York, on the SPY. Tesla is dropping, AMC is dropping, Apple is dropping. Come on, options, let's open up here. Do. Oh, I should play some music. That would be nice. I don't think you guys would be able to hear it. There go the options. Yeah. Oh yes, much more expensive now. Fantastic. Huge spread, so we'll give it a couple minutes. I'm not... When the spread is this big, you just have to wait. You have to give it some time. So it's breaking down. That would have been our entry, but again, spread is horrible. We'll just have to wait, see if we can get a better entry. So 204. $202. So in this case, you know, we could have bought one of the more in the money options, and then we could have yeah, we could have done okay, but the spread was just too bad, you know. So let's see what it does when it goes up to here. Nasty, nasty spreads. Let it bounce around here for a couple minutes, I think. What's Lucid doing? You know, we will see. Man, the SPY is really wanting to get those all-time highs. Yeah. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Oh, let's see here. Oh, you know what I could do? Yeah, that's what I can do. I can quit Discord on here, put it up on my phone, and that way you can actually hear what the other person's saying. I'll have to try that out. There we go. That's better. We'll see how that works. All right, so SE is... let's check the options. Are they any better? No, they are not. There's not a whole lot of open interest or volume. It's just not very liquid. I mean, could it possibly break down? Yes, it could. Oh, Oracle is going. Let's see. What's Oracle doing here? Alright, 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 alright. SPY is bouncing off the daily high, which is an all-time high now. Woohoo! We will see what it does. So that's basically a pre-market cap right here. You know, we're looking at 479.85 and got a couple pennies over that. Oh, let's see here. This could just be a big consolidation day for everything, you know? It could just be that. It was encouraging that the Qs got above 400. Excuse me. But right now it's struggling. Struggling around a red to green day. So this 402 level, if it can get above 402. Let's take a look at Apple on the side here. So currently we have lower highs, but we have about the same lows. So we could be looking at either a continuation going down, or we could be looking at 182 was the previous high. Could be looking at a W pattern here, which would be sweet and awesome. I say way too much, so sorry about that. Okay, this is a good example of why you need to be careful of the spreads. Let's say we would have taken this a trade at the break of the low here. 202.58 on this candle here. It opened at 202.70 and it went down to 202.36. Let's say we shorted that. Well, sometimes there's a bounce like this, but when you have such a huge spread, there's no room for error. Like this would have to dive bomb. So as soon as you buy one of these babies, let's say the 202.5 strike, you can buy it for, around 470, 475 probably, maybe a little bit better. But then if you needed to get out, you'd have to sell it for 435. You're instantaneously, $40 under. So this would have to drop at least $1 for you to break even, because the delta is 0.45. So for every drop the stock price drops, you gain $1, or you gain 45 cents here, and that's what your spread is. So you're going to have to it would have to go from 202.5 to 201.5 for you to just break even. But then it jacks up here, and now you'd be in this conundrum because you'd probably be around $50 in the hole right now, and you can't get out of it. And that's why and there goes the cues. Here's me talking and not taking advantage of channels. This is a channel here. Now, since the spread is a lot closer here, we have, basically $2 to $4 of spread. So we could have bought at the break right here, 202 or 201, 401.20 ish, and we'd be fine. We have room to let this go down and take a small safe profit. I don't know if I would have taken that trade anyway, just because look what we're doing right here. We have some peaks over here on the daily chart at 475-ish, 480 something, and that's kind of what we're hitting right here. We bounced off of that. So will it go back down? Well, maybe, possibly, but I would be a little hesitant. I mean, we're not going to get all that much. Even if we went down to this support level here. Now, okay, so yeah, we have support here from yesterday. Interesting. Nvidia continues to mock me. It's like, ha, you thought you could make money the other day. Nope. Tempting. Very tempting. So I'm rooting for Apple because I have a very small position. I bought one call yesterday at $18, and it's currently at, I could sell it for 19. I'm like, come on, Apple, let's go. Let's go up, let's keep going. But unfortunately, look, we have initial high, another high, which is lower. We have another high, which is lower. It's trying to figure out if it wants to bounce off of VWAP and keep consolidating, or if it wants to follow the cues as it breaks down. Nvidia is kind of torching the cues right now, I think. Tesla too. Very interesting. Yeah. grab me a put on AMC, because yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. So my plan here would be, hang on one second, let me switch my phone because it's a little bit faster. Oh. And everything stopped. That's weird. Okay. Well, I will have to quit the stream and figure out what happened here. So, yeah.